Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi there, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to an episode that I'm recording on behalf of a regular listener, Brad, who wanted me to create a session that was really tackling issues of work stress, but also the consequences of stress, and that was leading to overeating. So some of the things he wanted me to include in this session were things about like obsessing and worrying over work, placing a high importance on that over other areas of life. And a lot of people do this if they've got stressful careers and things like that. They tend to prioritize that because it normally taps into feelings of significance, but also there's consequences from taking the eye off the ball, if that makes sense, in these kind of high-pressured career kind of areas of our lives. And that obviously creates a conflict, it creates stress, and for a lot of people, it's drink, food, and drugs occasionally that are used to deal with excess stress. Now, in this particular case, no drink or drugs, but overeating is linked as a coping mechanism to drugs, to the stress. And he wanted also to be highly motivated to exercise in the morning to enable him to relieve stress. And generally, when people do get into that ritual of working out in the mornings, that helps on a massive level because particularly if the exercise is done before eating, that fasted cardio improves insulin resistance, which means that your body needs to release less insulin when you then eat later on in the day. It increases your metabolic rate because your body's moving, and you also burn a lot of calories, so it tends to be good for health and kind of weight as well. So this session is going to tackle those kind of things. And I'm also going to introduce a couple of the hypnotic language cards as well. So I'm just going to randomly cut this. On YouTube, you'll be able to see that. So the first one is the Two of Clubs, which is the word try. Try is a really interesting word because try presupposes failure. Insomniacs typically try to fall asleep and fail gloriously. Why would you want your subject to fail? Lots of reasons. If he's doing a suggestibility test and you want his hands to stick together, you could say the harder you try to pull those hands apart, the tighter they stick together. This in many ways taps into this principle of the law of reversed effect. A lot of hypnotists know that the word try has a presupposition of failure. So I'm going to be using the word try in this particular session. I'm going to get another word as well. And this is the Seven of Hearts, which is don't X. So like an example, don't X too quickly. This is another way of putting an embedded command in a sentence. It's full of implications and presuppositions too. So the example here is don't fall into a trance too quickly, and don't relax every nerve too quickly. So again, this element of reversed effect is also at play here. So it's quite coincidental. Both of these language patterns have come up at the same time because try has a presupposition of failure, and don't, whatever the thing is, too quickly has a presupposition that it will happen, but you shouldn't do that thing too quickly. So I'm going to enjoy using these language patterns in this particular session. If you're listening to this because you are snacking too much or overeating, or you're using food as a coping mechanism for stress, then you're going to get some value out of this hypnosis session. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of tension to leave your body. With each and every breath, just notice that more and more of that tension is leaving your body. And as you breathe in, you can't help but notice that you're breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation that enables you, breath by breath, moment by moment, to enable to go deeper and deeper relaxed. And although it's good to relax, don't relax too quickly. Allow your body to go at the pace that your body needs to go to, so that as you drift from this waking state into more of a trance-like state, don't rush into going into a trance too quickly. Just allow your mind to take you there when it's ready. Because sometimes, if you try to fall into hypnosis, hypnosis goes further and further away. So I want you to try not to go deeper and deeper relaxed, and try not to fall in a deep state of pleasurable hypnosis, because by trying not to, you will open up the possibilities of doing what your body and your mind already wants to do. Your mind wants to go deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to think of a time where there was no work. Think of a time when there was no stress. Maybe a vacation, or maybe in between careers. I want you to think of a time where there was nothing to think about when it came to work. And when you can recall that moment, don't try and enter that memory too quickly. Just become aware of that time in your life where your priorities were different. That there was no rush to think about work, to stress, to overthink. Back then, in that moment in time, you were able to really think about what was important for your health and your well-being. Back then, there wasn't the need to overeat. Wasn't it the case that you just ate when you were hungry and stopped when you were no longer hungry? Remember that moment. See yourself like you're someone else back there at that time where there wasn't work-related stress. And then when you're ready, try to work out how you felt back then without going into that memory. Assess it from just looking at your facial expressions and your body position. But then, imagine what it would be like to climb inside that younger version of you at a time in your life where you didn't have to worry about work. And when you're in that memory, feel how good it feels to feel a greater sense of balance. Notice that when you're in that memory, at a time when you didn't have to worry about stress, wasn't it the case that you were breathing deeper? Perhaps any tension in your shoulders were almost unnoticeable. When you were breathing in and breathing out, you didn't have to force a breath. It was just effortlessly going in and going out, giving your body all the oxygen that you needed. And back in that moment, I want you to imagine I want you to imagine a hammock, even if it would be inappropriate to be in that place. Imagine a luxurious hammock on a big wooden frame. And I want you to get a sense that there is something about a hammock that puts you in that holiday frame of mind, a relaxing frame of mind. And as you imagine climbing into the hammock, try not to feel deeper relaxed as you feel your body swinging from left to right. Don't relax too quickly, because it's important that you allow your body to really feel this holiday frame of mind. That's right. And notice, here on this hammock, it's possible for you to finally let go of any echoes of stress or tension. In fact, I will count down from 10 to 1, and with each descending number, you will feel deeper and deeper relaxed. 10. Breathing in and breathing out and noticing the muscles around your eyelids and eyes really start to relax. 9. Any muscle tension in your forehead and cheeks, just allow it to melt away now. 8. Feeling that relaxation going down your neck. That's it. Into your shoulders. 7. All the way down your arms. And 6. Even allow your fingers to relax. That's right. 5. As you breathe in, allow your lungs and your stomach and your heart to relax. Going down now. 4. Into your gut. That's it. Into your lower abdomen, into your legs. That's it. 3. Allowing your legs to feel heavier, limper, looser, all while swinging slowly and gently and relaxing in that hammock. That's it. Don't worry about how all this tension will leave your body. Just accept that it will. And you don't have to try to let go of this tension, this stress, these worries. Your body already wants to let it go. And then 2, imagine what it would be like to have a nap on this hammock. And 1, imagine falling off into a deep, deep sleep there on that hammock. And as you do so, I want you to allow your unconscious mind to give you permission. To give you permission that it's okay to stop obsessing, whether in your past, your present, or your future. Obsession can create focus and concentration, but only if you choose it to be. You can have stressful obsessions, and you can have creative obsessions. But normally when obsessions are productive and useful, it's because they're linked to joy and enthusiasm, passion. And I wonder what it would be like to really think about the essence of anything that you obsess about, and allow the creative part of your mind to answer a question. And that is, how do I make this work effortlessly enjoyable, or at least something to become enthusiastic about? And as your unconscious mind asks that question, it won't always be able to come up with an answer. Sometimes you'll try to think of a creative, enthusiastic, passionate way to make whatever you're doing seem more aligned with who you are. And if your unconscious mind can't give you an answer, then just agree with yourself now in advance that you won't control or even attempt to control those things that you can't control. It's fine to do the very thing that you want to do. You will give it your all at the times when you're actually in that location, that context. So the only thing you're not willing to do is to obsess about it, unless the obsessing about it is now enjoyable. Worrying is simply anticipating the future. And you can have the kind of worry that helps you prepare, or the kind of worry that creates stress. So give yourself permission to worry only if it helps you prepare, and to agree in advance that any worrying that just creates loops of stress and anxiety, well, you've tried that for a while, and it hasn't done you any favors. It just created tension and a feeling that you needed to eat. And as your obsessions become enthusiastic and passionate, and your worrying becomes a tool to help you prepare for the future, and you agree that obsessing in a negative way and worrying over things you can't control is no longer part of your future, notice that you feel more balanced. Notice that has a ripple effect in all different areas of your life, particularly when it comes to your appetite. Because for a while now, you've been snacking and overeating, not because your body needed food. It never needed the additional energy or nutrients. All you were doing was distracting. It was just a temporary reprieve from those obsessive compulsive thoughts. And as you decide that you are only willing to obsess and have those compulsive thoughts if it's enjoyable or helps you prepare, notice the desire to snack or overeat is also disappearing. You don't need to water the lawn if it's already been raining. And as you give yourself that emotional stimulation from the quality of your thinking, you no longer need to distract yourself anymore. In fact, any desire to keep yourself busy will now be funneled in a different way. Whenever you reach a point where obsessive thinking won't lead to anything enthusiastic, and worrying won't lead to any better preparation, an idea will pop into your mind. And that is sometimes the best thinking happens while you're doing something else. And I don't know what your favorite form of exercise is. Maybe it's walking, jogging, swimming, lifting weights. All I know is that there is a link. There is a link between physical things and mental things. And what if each and every time you exercise your body, you feel that you are making your mind stronger, better able to discard poor quality thoughts. As you raise your standards physically, you raise your standards psychologically. And sometimes throughout history, or perhaps even mythology, culture, religion, we hear stories of one thing being linked to something else. And you can try and think of different echoes from history or culture, but one thought that might come to mind is the biblical character of Samson, who had a belief that the longer his hair was, the stronger he would become. And I wonder if you could believe that the more you exercise your body, particularly in the morning, the stronger your mind becomes, the more resilient you become, the better able to handle stress you become. As you exercise your body, your mind is becoming stronger. Every time you choose to do something, particularly in the morning, you will feel that you are better able to cope with any stress, any worries, any problems, because as you strengthen your body and strengthen your heart, you are saying that you have a better relationship with all parts of who you are. And as you lie there on the hammock, I want you to wonder what your future would be like as you decide to be as discerning as your thoughts as you are discerning about other areas of your life. Perhaps you are discerning with how you spend your free time. Perhaps you're discerning with the company you keep. And as you think about these things that you're already discerning in, allow that part to map across to a discerning nature when it comes to your own thinking. You will think about how can you take your life in the very direction that you want to take it. You'll be thinking about thoughts that create positive emotions, and you will think about how exercise can take your future in a direction of resilience, confidence, and self-assurance. The more you exercise, the less desire you have to snack, because you won't want to undo all the positive progress that you're making. And allow your body to feel relaxed, knowing that you will do things in the present that will reward your future self. When you lift a weight, the present version of you gets no benefit, but the future version of you is stronger than the past. You will be physically stronger, emotionally stronger, and mentally stronger in the future as you start training your mind and your body. And then you realize, as you lie there on that hammock, inside a memory where you felt no stress whatsoever, that all this is just thoughts within thoughts, dreams within dreams, ideas within ideas, and actually, you are listening to my voice firmly in the present. And very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. But for now, feel like you're back in your body listening to my voice right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Get a sense that you're in your own physical body, firmly in the present, all parts there in the moment. As I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.
Okay, so just doing a final little reflection there for those people watching on YouTube. I found that quite an interesting one, mainly because it was more reverse thinking, like the law of reverse effect. I found it quite useful, and I also noticed there was quite a lot of direct suggestion there, that as you do one thing, another thing also improves. Let me know in the comments what you thought about that, if you found it useful, if you heard it, what any kind of insights or realizations that you got. And if you've got any suggestions for any future episodes, just let me know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.